up, everybody? It's your boy C-Money back with another video. Back with my two dogs who just walk away as they're on camera. But boy C-Money back with another video, and today we're talking about Raw last night, which was a pretty good episode, if I do say so myself. Again, it wasn't the best, but it was actually a fun episode we had. So it started off with we had the RK Bro versus Alpha Academy Quiz Bowl. So it's like how they had to ask like a bunch of questions, almost like like a Jeopardy in a way. You get to pick a category and then something like that. And then so it's like eventually it's like tied, and if RK Bro won that, they would get a Raw Tag Team title opportunity. They would get the rematch. So it's funny because one question was like name like a Shakespeare play, and then blah, 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 something, and like Romeo and Juliet. I'm reading that right now in English. Romeo and Juliet was one, Hamlet was one, and other two. Yeah, and Chad Gable's like, I got this. Otis is like, Ham for like Hamlet. Yeah, he's like Ham. He's like, no, Otis, I got this. And he's like, it's Ham. No, and he's like, no, shh, I got this. And he's like, it's Romeo and Juliet, and it was Hamlet. And Otis is like, I said that. Chad Gable, if you would have just listened to Otis, but no, because he thinks he's so smart. And then they're in Denver, so there was also a question about which Denver Bronco, which quarterback on the Denver Broncos scored the most touchdowns, or like the most touchdown passes, whatever. Yeah. And he's like, Denver, I need your help. Was it Peyton Manning? Was it John something? I forgot. I'm not a football guy. I don't know a lot about football, but yeah, so they're in Denver, so they helped them answer that question. And then in the end, RK Bro end up winning the Quiz Bowl, and they will get a Raw Tag Team title opportunity eventually. I'm not sure when. Yeah. And then the Alpha Academy beat the Street Profits. Of course they did. Bobby Lashley, MVP, came out talking about Brock Lesnar, saying how, he did earn the right to face Roman Reigns, but him making their title for title and beating the almighty Bobby Lashley in the Elimination Chamber, that's just a fantasy. And he's like, when's the last time Brock Lesnar had a match on Raw? And just saying all that. But yeah, because remember, Brock is going to be in the Elimination Chamber because remember, he wants to win back the WWE title so that when he faces Roman Reigns, it's Universal title and WWE title for title. Yep. And Bobby Lashley's like, I hope it comes down to me and you, Brock, in the Elimination Chamber, because he says he's going to put him in hospital, to all that. Which I hope Brock gets the title back and then it becomes title for title, because that's going to be lit. Yeah. AJ Styles defeated Damian Priest. They had an episode of Miz TV. Remember Miz TV? Yeah, I know. Me neither. But no, okay. I know Miz TV. And Rey Mysterio and Dominic were on it, and Rey Mysterio and Dominic were talking about how the Miz is a cheater. And they talked about how Rey Mysterio, he's on the cover of WWE 2K22 coming out in March, next month. And then Miz had a very he said he said something about how how Dominic stood up and he's like, show my father some respect. And Miz said, Dominic, you're taller than your father, because Dominic is taller than Rey. And he goes, are you sure you're not Eddie's son? And Rey almost snapped. Yeah, because if you guys don't know, back in 2005, there was a storyline about how Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero said how Dominic was his son, and it was like a whole weird thing like that. Yeah, and yeah, he said that, and then they had a match, and Rey Mysterio won, so Dominic was he fully became his father. Yeah, it was like a whole weird thing. Yeah, but it was one of the most famous storylines of all time. And so, Miz, it's kind of like a saying from it's kind of like mentioning that old storyline, Yeah, and Ray's very sensitive about that because him and Eddie were enemies, but also best friends, and in real life they were friends. They were practically family. So he was, yeah. And when he won the Royal Rumble in 2006, he dedicated it to Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace. Yes, sir. Yeah, and then Dominic pushed the Miz, and they led him to having a rematch because last week Miz beat him because he was cheating because he made like the ref think Ray tripped him, so Ray got banned from ringside. It was like that whole thing. So then they have a rematch and Dominic Mysterio actually wins, which I was happy to see because I feel like Dominic never wins. I feel like he never really wins in one-on-one matches, so I was happy to see Dominic win this match. Yeah. Dominic Mysterio beat The Miz. Bianca Belair beat Nikki ASH. 1 second, I'm just going to move over here because I want to sit down. Bianca Belair beat Nikki ASH. And then another 24/7 thing where Reggie helped Dana Brooke from R-Truth and Akira Tozawa and Tamina. And then Dana Brooke kissed Reggie on the cheek. She's like, I just thank you for doing this. And then she kissed Reggie on the cheek, and Reggie's like, okay, and I'm like, I see you, Reggie. I see you. Yeah. And he's like, so what does this mean? Yeah. And she's like, we're good friends. We're really good friends. And then they hug, and then they almost kiss. And he's like, wait, no, I'm sorry. And then everyone's booing. Like, no, you're not good friends because, we're just friends. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But yeah, so that whole thing, yeah. But and then he's like, no, I'm sorry. And then he's like, oh, and then R-Truth and all them. So he's like, oh, but let's go. Yeah. So that was cool. Dana Brooke kissed Reggie on the cheek. Reggie gonna get himself some. I see. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, Reggie, I see you. I see you, Reggie. Kevin Owens defeated Austin Theory. Another Veer freaking promo. Again, Veer. He says, cannot be contained much longer. Yeah. When you debut. Like, geez, man, when you gonna debut? Like, it's been so long. Like, geez. Alexa Bliss had another therapy session, and she learned, as she's learning to control her anger, she, handed over the fake Lily to the doctor, and she was crying, but she didn't rage or, get mad, so.
I can't find the song Simon at the therapy session, and she learned.
Not you! We have an right there. Yeah. And every time I mention the name, she thinks it's not you. It's the Alexa Bliss. Not you. My God. It does that every time. Every time I say Alexa, she thinks I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Alexa Bliss. Jeez. So she said how she was cut in a car almost hit her, or a car cut in front of her or something. A car stole her spot, but she didn't get mad. She controlled her anger. She breathed in, and then she waited in 30 minutes in line for the grocery store, and then the checkout line, and then right when it's her turn, some mean old witch cuts in front of her, and she describes her as rainbow hair, has button eyes, Lily. Yeah. And then she's like, well, I threw her down aisle 3 or something, and beat her with a bunch of bread, but then I breathed in, and the doctor's like, okay, I think we still got some work to do. That was funny. Ooh, someone's here. Lita hit Becky Lynch with the twist of fate. Because Becky was talking about how she looked up to Lita, and Lita's the whole reason Becky's even here, and she's like, I had to lose friends, I had to lose the fans to keep this title, and if I have to beat you to keep this title, I will. Yeah. And Lita's like, the fans have always been there for me, and I'm going to walk out of Elimination Chamber 5-time women's champion, and then and then they start brawling, and then Lita hits the twist of fate and moonsault on Becky Lynch. Doudrop beats Liv Morgan. Kevin Owens talks to Sonya and Adam Pearce because Austin Theory beat Kevin Owens last week, which got him in the Elimination Chamber match. So Kevin Owens beats Austin Theory this week. So he's like, yeah, there, I beat Austin Theory. So now am I in the Elimination Chamber? And they go, no. And they go, you might not even be at WrestleMania. What? Why are they like so evil? Like, I'm not like a huge Kevin Owens fan, but the man deserves to be at WrestleMania. Like, come on. Like, what the heck? And even he's like, whoa, like, what do you mean? Like, because he said because WrestleMania is going to be in Houston, Texas. I'm pretty sure Houston, I think. Somewhere in Texas, yeah. So he's like, you can't do this. Like, I won my first Universal Championship in Texas. I won my first Intercontinental Championship in Texas. I've done so much in Texas. My first WrestleMania was in Texas. WrestleMania 32 was in Dallas, and that was Kevin Owens' first WrestleMania. He's like, I did all this in Dallas. You can't take this away from me. So he's like, please, just think about it. I got to be at WrestleMania. And I agree. Like, come on. I think he should be at WrestleMania. Yeah. So and he's like, just think about it. Yeah. Hopefully he is, because I think he deserves to be. Yeah. And then Riddle and Seth Rollins had a match. Riddle won by DQ because then Kevin Owens came in and beat up Riddle. Then it led up to a tag team match, RK Bro versus Rollins and Owens. And then Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens pick up the victory, but then Randy Orton hits an RKO on Kevin Owens. And then Rollins just walks away laughing. So he doesn't really help his friend. He just leaves him there on the floor and he just walks away. So, because he didn't help him. He just walked away. So he kind of just he kind of just walked away from his friend and just let him. Yeah. Yeah. So a little drama there between Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. But and that was it. Raw was pretty good. Again, we're on the road to Elimination Chamber, which is going to be in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, guys, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Leave a comment, like, subscribe for more. C Money's out.